Civil been in the media recently. She was in some shit with some girl named Jessie Wu or something like that. I don't know what the fuck going on. But her and Joyner Lucas was going back and forth about it. I don't want to play this whole thing, but let me play this and y'all tell me what y'all think about this, or tell me if you even care. Because you know, while I was doing a podcast today, it was hard to have this conversation with my homies because they don't deal with as many industry people as I do. So they don't know really Karen Civil in terms of why she's important, why she's maybe affected a lot of people, why people might, be scared to speak out about her, or why, what she does is really effective, right? So they don't know even like the scope of her work. Like the simple way always where I like to just explain her is like she's the Olivia Pope of hip hop. You know what I mean? You a rapper and you clap somebody and nobody knows, or you're being investigated for some foul shit, could be anything. If you have Karen Civil on your team, say for example, the media was gonna know the next morning, Karen gonna make sure maybe the media don't even know at all. So y'all going to court, this and third, the media never finds out about it. She's a fixer. She could protect your public image. And she's gonna do things to make sure you get in advantageous positions. In the music business, that doesn't always mean be on the up and up. You might low-key have to threaten a nigga like, yo, if you post that this motherfucker did this, I'm gonna fuck you. Whatever it is, I'm gonna fuck you up. Like, not saying she does that. I'm not saying she does that at all. But and by the way, she never did that to me. But hearing everybody like talk about her, I've just always thought that was her anyway. You know what I mean? So Jordan Lucas came out and said, "Yo, she took my 60,000 when I didn't have no money." Somebody said she could also fuck people over. Yo, this is the music industry. A lot of people get fucked over. I've seen it. You know, I don't want because I kind of stay out of this shit, and I've never done dealings with Karen like that I could even be in a position where I'm like, she took money from her, took anything from me. So maybe like just my positive experiences with her is gonna just bias whatever I'm gonna say, and I don't want to bias the conversation out. I'm gonna play a little bit of this. This is the conversation between Jordan and Karen. Full transparency, when y'all are bored, just say it in the chat like, act, this is boring. Turn it off and talk. And I'll talk, right? But I want to give y'all some context because they had just a whole saga. Here's this.
Had left was a little bit of bread that we had left, in which we chose to hire you. And that was a big decision on our behalf because that was all that was really
Wait,
left in the budget.
I'm sorry. Who am I talking
Yeah,
to
it's
right now? This
Joyner. This
Joyner?
is
That's
Joyner.
Okay,
Jordan
This
cool.
is
Lucas.
Joyner.
Okay, cool.
That's all that was really left in the budget at that time. That was 2015. You keep saying it was 7 years ago, but that was a big time in my life. My son was about to be just born. My back was against the wall. I had an investor who kicked up hundreds of thousands of dollars, on behalf of me. And at this time, hiring you was like our last ditch effort to really do something. And I really believed in the name Karen Civil. And just reading the publications and talking to Sky Zoo co-signing like, yo, that's my girl. Yeah, yo, Karen's the real deal. Yeah, 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 that's my homie. And I kept telling Sky like, yo, you sure? You sure this is your girl? Like, you sure you trust? He was like, yo, you're not even gonna have a problem. Trust me. I said, all right, bet. So we reached out to you, and you had put together a little memo. We talked about it. You agreed to do it. That included blog placements for song releases, delivery of digital short creation stories.
You see, I like to be very transparent. And this is why, I saw this conversation go many places. Karen is a relationship person. What I know about Karen is this. Karen used to be a intern for Funk Flex back in the day. I think her big break was right when Wayne was about to go to jail. She was a person managing most of his socials, and also I think she like set up websites and stuff like that for him during that really hot period of his life. Like she managed the digital stuff when digital stuff was really brand new. And clearly Wayne was satisfied where she took that success and other artists was like, well, hey, well, could you come over here and work certain shit for us? So that's how she developed a brand. Now, obviously, there's a lot more to the story, which I just either don't know or don't have too much time to say. And it's been like that. What happens now in the music industry, people just back up loads of cash to people who they think could do whatever they saw them do for someone else. So Karen probably gets a lot of people who wants them to connect them to somebody, and that is kind of such the case with whatever. I won't even give my opinion on this because I don't want nobody to think I'm defending nobody because I really just don't know. Like this is all news to me, so I'll just keep playing.
Facilitating interviews with media publications, building fan engagement, articulated social content capture, red carpet event opportunities, iTunes, beat music productions, radio interviews, acquiring booking agents, showing openings, all that shit, right? And at the time, that was
Oh, I guess I'm pausing again to explain why I went on that sidebar. I say that to say Karen has developed a lot of relationships during a long time. I remember one time remember my first Instagram that got deleted. I remember trying to get it back. Like Charlemagne, like had called me. It was like, yo, I'm gonna connect you with Karen Civil. She'll gonna help you. Like she has some people over there. And that was one of the first times I ever spoke to Karen. But like, what I realized is that Karen knows a lot of people. She got connects. Like, put it like this: like now I could reach out to people in that work at Instagram, for certain stuff at least. But back then, like Instagram was the Illuminati. Like you don't even know what was going on there. So when someone could tell you like, oh, hey, no, I could go talk to somebody at Instagram. It's like, whoa, right? So like she's always had these connects, and with being the relationship person, you get to realize like for example, say Karen was trying to help me get my account back, right? For that, right? And maybe I don't think she did get my account back or anything though, because that account never came back. But still, like I don't know. Say she might have done a favor for me or whatever. Like I might be like, yo, Karen, how does this happen? And she helped me with something, right? Who knows? She's she's kind of she's a she's a veteran in the game, and she knows a lot of people. She can connect dots. Now I owe her a favor. Say Joyner Lucas comes to her and says, "Yo, I want to be on Akademiks page. Yo, I be DMing him. I be whatever. Like he just don't respond. Yo, I got like this 10 grand. I want to get these posts up on this page. Like, yo, help me out." Say Karen knows me, right? Karen might just call me and be like, "Yo, Ak, remember I did so and so for you and so and so. You know you owe me a favor. I'm gonna call it in right now. Please, like, just check this out and look at blah blah or whatever, whatever." And say I'm like, I'm gonna just put whatever up for you, right? That's her using her networking, her reach, her brand to get something done. Now, the money that Joyner Lucas gave her, he's probably thinking you're gonna use that money to just pay the person that that we're gonna need the service from. No, your money wouldn't even be good. And also, if it wasn't Karen asking for a favor, we wouldn't even fuck with you. So, like, I look at it like that, where I'm like, yo, I think sometimes people are trying to watch her pocket, because they're looking at her like, yo, we gave you money, but you're on vacation. I don't know, and I don't want to be seeming like I'm defending her too much, because there's a lot of allegations, a lot. So I'm just keep playing it.
that was everything. It was like, word, finally somebody that's gonna help us because I ain't know nobody that can help us. I'm from motherfucking Worcester, Massachusetts, and I'm out here in Boston. Ain't nothing, you know what I'm saying? I don't know.
And I'm sorry to pause again, but Yo, Joyner does seem hurt. And that's why I don't want to shit on anything he's saying. I think he feels hurt because he's like, yo, you took advantage of the fact that I wasn't in the industry and you ain't think I was gonna pop off. Happens. Happens.
Know the first thing to fucking do to get on. So I'm thinking, you know what I'm saying, align myself with somebody that's already in the game doing it. This person gonna take me under their wing. You name your price. Your price was 60K, whatever the fuck it was. It was like, bet, let's pay that. Told my investor, let's pay that. This motherfucker say, you sure? You sure you want to pay this woman? I said, Skyzoo say you know her. Let's pay her. Mind you, like I said, my son about to be born. So I said, fuck it, let's go. We paid you. I remember going to the bank. We went with Sky Zoo. I walked in to the bank with the nigga. I'm involved in the whole fucking process. I'm watching the whole shit go down. As soon as he sent that bread, I was happy as a motherfucker. I said, word, Karen Civil, nigga, I'm telling everybody back home and shit, nigga, I'm about to have Karen, because all I see is a perception, Nipsey, everything else that you
But you're
doing. I'm
not
like,
Nip.
word, finally, somebody about to come up, somebody about to come help me, save me, you know what I'm saying? And finally, I'm about to do something. I don't give a fuck what it is. If she gets me some shows, if she whatever, just take me under your wing, put me on some blogs, something. Cause I ain't have shit popping. I had a music video I was working on called Ross Cappuccioni. As soon as that money was paid, we had like a conversation on the phone. Everything was peachy on his phone call. You were like, yeah, we gonna do this, da 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 da. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, word. I felt real good. As soon as we hung up the phone, we ain't really hear shit from you. That was it. That was really it. And every single time I try to reach out to you, you talking to me like I'm disturbing your fucking day. I'm calling you because I'm trying to get some clarity. I wasn't blowing you the fuck up. I just wanted to know what the plan was, what's going on, what we doing, what's the, you know what I mean? You got to remember, I'm a nigga who just had my investor give it the last signal. Motherfucker told me like, yo, this is it after this, nigga. If this shit don't work, I'm already 500,000, 600,000 deep in your career, nigga. This shit don't work. I don't know what to do. So now I'm sitting here nervous. My son about to be born any fucking day now. And I'm sitting there trying to hit you because I'm looking, you know what I'm saying, for you to be like, yo, we good. I'm about to get you this. I'm about to do that. Now, what I heard you say earlier was,
I hate to pause this again. I'm sorry, but I want to tell a lot of aspiring artists, but also people who are very new when it comes to the music business. The music business is not really a place where people go to invest. Invest in Bitcoin, invest in other things, invest in the real estate market, invest in the stock market, invest in things that you'll see actual returns and that could be more of a certainty than the music business. The music business, unless you're one of the major labels, which you have a fail proof system, you control and own part of Spotify and Apple. You've leveraged your catalog so much you kind of control the players at the seat of the table. If you're not that, please remember that I always look at people who like they say they street niggas and they putting in a lot of money into this shit. I always look at it as like, oh, that's just money laundering money. That's money you know that you don't give a fuck if you lose. Because just truthfully, and this what I was trying to say is like the labels they have a foolproof like fail proof system. All them street niggas and everybody doing it like Joyner seems offended, and I would be offended too. I've spent my own money on some shit, and when it felt trivialized and when it felt like people just took it and ran, I was upset. But what the music industry has created, because it's really the place for money laundering. I'm telling you this. When street niggas put money into the music, it's money laundering. It's not like they're like, oh my God, I'm putting my last 500,000. Yo, I gotta build some shit because I'm getting too much money somewhere else. Let me just put $500,000 in this shit and hopefully it builds to something that I could explain why I got so much cash. The labels, they're investing all of that because they're playing a fixed game that they're always gonna profit up on, especially now in the streaming era. I'm telling you, this is a fact. So Joyner, as an artist, and he's like me a little bit. I'll tell you the truth. Spotify asked me. They said, "Act, do you want us to deal with like a manager? Like we'll just tell your man because I have complete control creatively. I have to approve or deny every and anything. That, oh, well, we don't want to bother you. Your talent, you're busy. We could just ask your manager, or you could just give us the approval to do what we want to do, or not like do what we would normally do in your best interest." And I said, "How about you just ask me?" So you know what that means? I'm on every meeting. I'm on every call. They'd be like, "Hey, you could bring your team in for this one." Nah, I'm here. Talk to me. You gotta talk to Akademiks. Well, y'all wonder why I'm tired? Because usually people they have 5, 6 other people doing the meetings. I'm gonna tell you why I'm telling you this. Joyner seems like he's a little bit like me. You feel offended when you now your heart is in it. It's not just you're doing some shit randomly. You've invested your time, your heart, your effort. Now, money, even though it wasn't his money, he felt like it was the last money that was going to be given towards him. So he gave that and he's watching the money. I do that too. And then when he thought it was like getting funny, he got really upset. That's why he cares so much. You're going to hear the care in his voice. He's upset. But the music industry is for people who could lose $500,000 and not give a fuck. It's not for the people who, I spent this money and what really happened with it. The music business, I'm gonna just end that there because I don't want to explain. I know niggas who's spending money in the music business, and I'm like, yo, that's not even your budget. You don't have a budget to spend that. Nigga, you're taking that from some probably illegal activity you're doing. You're funneling it through the music business. You're hoping that something pop off in music that you could explain and act like all the money you're getting is music. It's not the case. But I digress. Let me keep playing this.
Radio got paid, such and such. Nowhere in this memo they said anything about radio. We were already paying radio. D and Shadow and them niggas or whoever the fuck is out here in New York doing their thing. We already was doing that shit. We didn't pay you for radio. That's not why we got you. That's not why we. So you telling me right now that we paid radio with that? Where? How? I'm looking at the memo right now that you sent me. Nowhere in this motherfucker does it say you was going to put 20, 30,000 in radio. It don't say that. All it says was radio interviews. We didn't even get no fucking radio interviews. There was no show openings. There was no blog placements. And what you talking about?
That's another thing too, right? And I talked to Karen, by the way. You know, I said to her, so first of all, you're not paying the Breakfast Club for an interview. Let's be very clear. You're not paying me for an episode of Off the Record. That's not happening. If that was the case, and that's where the street niggas they be coming in like, oh, we could get money too. Everybody would just pay for the shit. Be like, yo, oh, you. So if I give you like 10 grand right now, you do an episode, or 20 grand, you do an episode of me? No. What was that shit? What was I saying? I just forgot. Fuck. Oh, the interview shit. You know, the money that you thought that was going to be allotted for radio interviews was going to be Karen cold calling Charlemagne, cold calling Ebro, cold calling Big Boy, and all the other like media personalities from big markets and asking them for a favor. Hey, I'm working with this one artist named Joyner Lucas. Like, yo, he loves your platform. Yo, like, yo, you remember when I did this for you, Charlemagne, or blah blah blah, or whoever else? Yo, could you guys give him a Breakfast Club interview? Could you guys give him a Hot 97 interview? Could you guys give him a Real 92.3 interview? You them niggas ain't getting paid for the interviews. Like, you're not paying iHeart to get interviewed. You know what I mean? So the money you got to think about like that is that you're paying her to try to use your relationships. But here's the thing: she might try to use her relationships, and everybody still says no. That's why it gets tricky. You're paying her to use her relationships, and she might use it, and everybody still say no. Let me keep playing.
Mix shows. We was already getting mix shows. I didn't need you for that shit. That's not why I got you, because I couldn't get a fucking mix show. I didn't get you because I couldn't get a radio interview. I didn't get you because I didn't have a little bit of a little blog traction. That's not why I got you. I felt like you sold me a fucking dream, and then you stopped answering my phone call. Mind you, I got a son on the way, and this is all I got. You feel me? So I'm real fucked up now. And then you, every time you answered the phone, it was like, nigga, what you want type shit. Like, you like, I'm bothering you. And then I noticed you said some shit on your tweet, like, or the shit that Shade Room posted, your little letter and shit, where you was like, oh, you know, artists think they have 24 access to you. Motherfucker, if I just handed you 60K and I had access to you before, I should have access to you now. I can't talk to you? Who the fuck you think you? I can't have a conversation with the person I just handed 60K to her account. I don't know who the fuck you paid or what. You didn't give no breakdown. Hold on, fam. I'm gonna let you speak.
All right, hold on. Let me try to get to Karen.
Did I? It's not to
Okay.
that. I just, you feel me?
Okay.
So
Okay. I got to go back and look for it for the people that I brought the people that I brought upon on your team. The same way you said, Ken, I didn't know you was doing all of this. Whoop de whoop. It's a conversation I had with Sean. I know you need certain things. The area you were from, you told me I got radio and I got city on lock here. Cool. So when it comes to interviews, when it comes to certain things, I paid out. I paid a radio person for that to help with that, a PR person. So, and then
can you
into
show me that?
context, wait.
Can
Yes,
you
I
show me
can.
that? Please
Yeah.
show me that.
Okay.
That's all I want to see is just show me it broken down. Just that's it.
Okay. No, that's fine. But let me finish.
Go ahead.
So then when I guess you made a comment yesterday, someone sent it to me today. Even let's go back. So when you got upset and
All
you
right, she says a lot, but I don't want to play this whole thing. I guess the point I was trying to say. Okay, and y'all tell me what y'all think it is. If you think it's scamming, it's scamming. Whatever. The thing about what Karen does, Karen connects dots, right? So remember, I told you like, yo, she might have took or got 10K from you, but I owed her favors, so I posted or I listened to or I looked at some shit that had to do with you, and you thought that that's what you needed to pay for me to do it. No, I owed her favors, so I don't get the money, right? Nigga, she took that money for herself. You know why? She used her relationship. She called in a favor with me. And I think that's where she's still trying to say, hey, for the people who are talking about refunds and this and third, she deserves your whole budget if she could get it done without paying. Let me say that again. If you gave her $60,000 for her to get you on some blogs, to get you an interview with so and so, to get your record playing with blah 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 at this time, and everything happens, but she did it for free. Granted, she might have told you in the money that she charged you, this is my fee, but now you realize her fee is actually way higher because she didn't have to do anything. What did she do wrong? I don't know if I'm being complicated about this, no? Someone says she blocked dude. Oh, no. Hey, The way she handled him, obviously that's why she. I'm not sitting here and saying that. Let me be clear, and I don't want to stick on this too much. I'm not sitting here and saying that she doesn't, that she robbed him, right? Or she didn't rob him. He's claiming points that, yo, she finessed me on money here, she did this, she ignored me here. All I'm trying to say really is that I know people that operate like Karen. And when you operate like that, you might tell someone, pay me because that's around what it costs for blah blah to be done. And then that particular person, they get it done for free. I hope you understand that. Why she ignore him? Eh, yeah, I'm not defending that, bro. Like, she probably thought that nigga was gonna pop. She probably thought it was fucking annoying. She probably was like, yo, damn, why this bum ass nigga keep hitting me? Probably blocked that nigga, of course. Not saying it's right. That's what she probably did. Talk about the hacking. I think Karen wild as fuck for admitting some shit like that. Karen's supposed to do her dirty work and never admit to it. But all the hacking shit, I thought that was, out of line. I don't like it. Somebody said I'm doing hella damage control. Bro, I'm not, bro.